So now when I press that button on my controller, I don't have to hold it. I just tap it and I'm instantly got that melee thing out. This is really nice for exactly the reason I was hoping it would be. And it actually has already saved me one time. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 488. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I am joined by Tanner, whose home is still standing so far. Are the fires closing in on you?
I don't know. There are like 3 more now. Not
Lots. Sure though. Yeah. Well,
what's on the hoodie, man?
White Sands National Park, which I've been to as a world traveler. Welcome to the show. Today, we don't have a lot to talk about. We're going to try anyway, but nothing has happened. So to update you guys, though, actually, and here's where we'll start. We did our last podcast on Thursday. And at the time, we had not gotten a single update for Warzone. But they said shortly after the holidays, they were going to ship many changes. So obviously, we got many changes on Friday. Psych, obviously. We got nothing. Nothing's happened. So it's official. We did not get many updates shortly after the holidays like Raven tweeted. They fucking lied again. Is anyone surprised? I'm certainly not. I'm bugged, but I'm not surprised at all. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. They've disabled the Reclaimer shotgun. 18 months too late. Activision devs. That was an absolute menace, at which time you left it in the game. But now that no one uses it ever, I haven't seen it in months and months and months, they nerf it. Okay. I understand it now. I don't.
Well, I guess it was busted OP broken still, but nobody had figured it out. I saw something on Twitter about it. I forget. Somebody was like, this gun has been busted, by the way, for months. And the day I make the video and put it out, now they take it out of the game. I don't remember what content creator it was, but yeah, I guess it's been insane.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is
that's
weird.
Very weird
that it wasn't discovered somehow.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a good question, but either way, I don't know. It's just, is that really what needed to happen? I don't know. By the way, is there any weird background audio for any of you? Because my system audio looks weird on OBS. So let me know if there is, and I'll try and change it. I don't know. But anyway. So with that said, since nothing's happened, I've written a couple things down. It's kind of musings, thoughts on Warzone lately, and a couple things for you guys to perhaps try. And then, once we run through those things, we might answer some questions here. But, normally on Saturdays, we talk about new developments in the game, how they are, how to utilize them, whatever. But it's been so long since we've gotten anything that obviously there's nothing of that sort to talk about. So sounds fine. Okay, yeah, it's just an overlay bug then. So still a couple things I started doing or been thinking about. The first one is a dedicated melee button. So I play on controller now, but I have a FlyDigi Apex 4, and you could do this with any decent controller with mappable buttons. But anyway, I was watching a stream last night, Default, who is a keyboard and mouse player, and he was playing Warzone. And every K-Band player does this, but this was just the latest thing that reminded me. On KBAM, you can set a keybind to instantly switch to your melee weapon rather than having to hold your like melee action button down and wait 300 milliseconds or however long it is. So like on default, if you're playing on controller, if you wanted to switch to your knife to run faster and tack sprint unlimitedly, sometimes it bugs, of course, not intentional, you have to hold down your melee button for like, 300 milliseconds or something. And by default, I think that's also your right stick in, which is also the stick you turn your character with. So if you're on KBAM and you're in a pinch and you want to start running away, you can just press one button and keep turning and like diving, dipping, ducking, diving, and dodging without any delay, and you can have full movement when you switch. But on controller, it's like I kind of have to pick between going straight for a second because I have to hold in my right stick, I can't turn with it, or just not having my melee weapon out and therefore running away more slowly. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind one of my paddles to dedicated melee so that I can insta switch. So now what my back four buttons look like on my Fly Digi are A and B for slide cancel. One of them is keyboard 4, which is the plate button. So instead of having to hold Y, I can just tap it and I instantly start plating. And then for the last one, it was ping, but I changed it to insta plate. So I went into my COD settings. I went to keybinds, combat, advanced keybinds, and then dedicated melee activation, something like that. And I bound that to like V or something on my keyboard. And then I went to my Fly Digi software and I bound that last paddle to keyboard V. So now when I press that button on my controller, I don't have to hold it. I just tap it and I'm instantly got that melee thing out. This is really fucking nice for exactly the reason I was hoping it would be once I got used to it. And it actually has already saved me one time. I was under Trump, while I was on top Trump, I was slamming kids, and then I had to dive down because I was getting overwhelmed because I don't have good teammates. I have teammates, but they're bad. So then I was going bottom, and I was just getting chased. I was one shot, but then I had to keep turning corners to like break line of sight constantly. And now that I have this button, I was able to get that bitch out quick. And I'm not kidding. It was so close. I was so close to dying. I think it made the difference, actually. It felt that way. So it's cool. It's also just way easier and more convenient when you're like looting around. Because there would be times where it's like, all right, I'm looting around, but I don't feel like taking out my melee weapon because it's just a giant pain inside of my ass to hold the fucking thing. But now I just tap that bitch and I'm in. So you would have to sacrifice if you have most aftermarket controllers. Most people, the standard thing to do with the 4 paddles is to just program your 4 face buttons. I don't think that makes sense if you cannot do that. Especially Y, because it's like, I'm not YYing with a paddle. Like, I can use the face button itself to switch weapons. I'd rather set it to a keyboard bind for plate specifically, so that instead of having to hold that paddle, I can just tap it and instantly start plating. It's really fucking nice. But then also, yeah, the other one would be X or reload. Right now, dude, you have a 100 round M4 and you have an 85 round like PP. Like, how often are you reloading? Just fucking hold your X button. It's not a big deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So that's what I've been doing. I recommend you guys do it. And also, if you're on KBAM, I also strongly encourage you to set a keybind for dedicated melee swap specifically. I would do probably whatever your current like melee button is to like do a gun butt. I would change that to swap to dedicated melee weapon. Because if you ever want to gun butt someone, just press the same button and then click them and stab them. It would be just as fast, basically. And you're almost never doing this anyway, so who cares? But it makes it way easier to like switch on and off of that. And that's just super convenient when you're like running around looting and shit. But it's also genuinely helpful in those sticky situations when your teammates are bad and also not very good. which I always have the displeasure of, except for when I play with Lag, who's most of the time, but not always, a good teammate. And Cope sometimes is also a very good teammate, sometimes awful. So, and just is standing on a roof and just watches me get fucking run over sometimes.
Yeah.
But then other times he saves my life 8 times in one game. Pick a fucking lane, Cope. Yeah. Be my savior always. Not sometimes, anyways.
And then Jake's just always bad, or what?
Jake's off killing the whole lobby in a separate quadrant always. So he helps.
What were you and him arguing about in clips? Was that clips? What were you guys going back and forth about? Was he blaming you for something?
Oh, we could get into that.
Because I didn't read most of it. I just saw you guys were arguing for a long time. Oh, it wasn't that long.
Basically, Jake was like, so the background that no one has for this, if you guys want to hear about this, by the way, or understand the context, go to Discord, go to the Clips channel, and then you can see me and Jake arguing. The context that's relevant here is that Jake always rides my ass for not looking at my mini map. Okay, that's always his thing. Like, you need to look at your mini map, or like, oh, I thought you guys were with me, and then he'll say, buddy, look at your mini map. You would know you should be looking at it more often, which is fair criticism. True, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said,
I agree.
The clip was someone threw down a balloon, and I said, there's millions of guys over here, so we balloon over there. Jake doesn't get shot at all. No one looks at him. He has an invisible skin, I guess. I'm getting ripped. So I veer off and I say, oh, I'm getting ripped. And then 22 seconds later, Mississippi's standard seconds, right? So 1,000 milliseconds, 2,200 milliseconds. No, way more than that. 22,000 milliseconds later. Jake goes, oh, you guys aren't with me? And I said, yeah, look at your mini map. That was my entire and only point, was I found it very funny that he always gets inside, he crawls inside my ass and says, I need to be looking at my mini map more. And then when it happens to him, it's all my fault. All of a sudden, hey, no matter how bad my play was, Jake, you still should have looked at your mini map within those 22 seconds. That's it. So we can argue, you can criticize what my play was. I shouldn't have veered off here, or I should have veered off there. I shouldn't have veered off at all, which is an insane take, by the way. No matter how bad my play was, none of that has anything to do with the fact that you should have checked your minimap within those 22 seconds. And it's ironic that you don't accept that when you get inside of my ass about it all the time. So we can say I can grant you I didn't make the perfect play, but I'll never grant you that it's okay that you didn't check your minimap in 22 seconds. That's what it was about, to answer your question.
Got it. Okay.
So
it's a long time to go without looking at your minimap, man.
It is, right? That's a long time. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. To be fair, though, to Jake, you do ignore your minimap quite often.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we'll have UAVs up and it'll be like, what? I didn't know there was a guy here. It's like he's been on UAV in this building for the last 15 seconds, man.
I'm getting better at that, but yes, that is one of my many deficiencies.
Maybe you should get a smaller monitor.
I mean, yeah, that could be part of it. I should get a younger brain too. But anyways, Jake says, to be clear, I noticed it way earlier, but I figured you would eventually be over to help. Okay, sure.
So he went off on his own and then blamed you for not being there, basically?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. He blamed me for being shot and not landing on top of him when I'm one shot.
But if he were to start 1v4ing them and somebody came over and took his kills, then he'd be mad.
Yeah, it's the Jake down special.
There's no winning. Yeah, either you steal his kills or he dies and it's your fault. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll happen when you have piece of shit teammates. I feel sorry for you, man. You have to play some real fucking shitty people.
Yeah, that's I'm so tired.
Shitty people.
That's what I always say.
I'm so tired. Yeah.
So, anyways, back to I don't think I said riding my ass. I said you crawl inside of my ass is what I said. You don't do it that much anymore because I'm getting a little better at it, but whatever. It's not. It's also.
Raz hit the balloon first. I said there's millions over here, so I fly over to help, and then get left.
Go watch the clip.
Well,
Go watch the clip. And to be clear, once again, it's not that serious.
We could do a live VOD review.
I don't really care. I don't have the whole VOD because Jake is incapable of saving his VODs or Twitches. I don't know. He said he changed the setting, but I mean, I don't know. I have that setting. My VODs save fine for 10 years, but 12.
Is
maybe?
It this clip where you're floating in and getting laced?
Yeah.
In the air?
Yeah. You can take a look at it.
I'm watching it. Okay. Let's see what he says.
My plan, Jake, was to rip one on the roof.
He says, "Oh, okay. I see what happened."
Yeah. Publish the VOD.
No.
We can do a VOD review. I don't care. We have nothing else to fucking talk about, so sure.
Yeah, obviously Jake didn't know at that moment, but from your POV in that clip, you couldn't. If you didn't land at that building, you would have just died.
Thank you. Yeah,
but
obviously.
Jake didn't know that at the time because he doesn't know what's happening with you at that exact.
I mean, yeah, I should have said I'm not with you, to be clear, but all of that again is beside my only point, which was that you neglected to look at your minimap for 22 whole seconds. So
it's a long time, Jake. We got to work on that, buddy. Lots to learn. That's what I always say.
Or supposedly he did look at it, but he thought I'd eventually be coming over. So, which is possible. Definitely say that. I mean, hours and hours ago, but also I'll reiterate, it is not that serious. I don't really care. It's just funny.
It's serious.
And this is why I've been advocating for Jake to find good teammates to play with and then not play ranks probably, but eventually play ranked, play lands and shit. I don't know. Cause yeah, I will always let you down. That's what you need to remember. I'm 32 years old and not that good and old mainly. Although I'm much better now that I'm on controller. My ED ratio is 3.4 right now. And I really wish I could see KD ratio. Yeah. Yeah, it's just skyrocketing because controller is fucking easy. It's not hard. It's not complicated. We've been saying it for 5 years and the proof is inside of the pudding. My ED would currently be like 2.1 probably on KBAM, but it's at 3.4. Not only am I breaking PRs that I hadn't broken in 5 years, I'm fucking smashing them. I'm trampling them, really. So switch to controller. There's another pro tip for you. I was trying to pick one on the roof and I didn't want to get fucking run over on my way over there because they might have heard me. I agree. I should have pushed over sooner though. I could have made it over there. But I saw the guy peeking the roof, so I thought I'll just get a quick pick, then I'll head over and trample them. But it didn't happen that way. But it's fine. It's fine, man. Sometimes even the best of us don't look at our mini-maps for far too long. That's okay. That's all I'm saying. Listen, it's fine. Happens to the best of us. Even Jordan missed a 3. You know what I mean? That's what I always say. So anyways, back to the topic at hand. So again, if you guys want the context, go to Discord, look at clips, and then you can see it all. Yeah, dedicated melee weapon on controller. Very, very good. I'm enjoying it tremendously. I do miss having ping, kind of, but tracker is a perk.
It seems hard to drop a ping like that. Yeah, but
especially with the dog shit visibility in this game, I do kind of miss it. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, they fixed the lighting and visibility and just didn't say anything according to Tactical Brit, so you should be seeing things fine.
Still bugs me that he said that. Yeah, I mean, every single time I play, I will die to someone I shouldn't have died to because I couldn't see him. Yeah. So, anyway, but regardless, whether you're on controller or not, I really do think that dedicated melee is worth setting up. And it's very easy to do on KBAM. On controller, you are going to have to give up something you probably like, but I think there are things worth giving up, namely, especially reload. I think that's the first face button I'm dropping every time, for sure. And then really don't need to drop anything else other than that. But I would also change Y, if that's another paddle, to keyboard function 4, and then make sure, I think that's the default plate keybind, so that when you press that on controller, you don't have to hold it. You can tap it and you instantly start plating. So you don't have to hold it, so it's more real estate for your, or less downtime on that finger, but also no delay. You right away you start plating rather than having to wait whatever that is, 300 milliseconds or something. So
it is nice having a dedicated keybind on KBAM just to swap to that and immediately start sprinting. Because we talked about it before, but Neo does that all the time, right? Isn't it Neo?
Neo, I think like every K-Bammer now that I watch does it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Neo does it mid gunfight.
Often. Yeah.
He'll be in a building, shooting some guy, fighting someone, get one shot, swap to his melee, instantly run away, slide, play. Like he uses it constantly. It's kind of wild.
Him especially, I can see that being true. Yeah. Yeah, like mid gunfight. Yeah. Because you swap to it really fast. And you swap off of it pretty fast too, depending on the gun. So, yeah. Anyway, this is a small point, but I'll bring it up. Now that utility box, or excuse me. Oh, I thought of something cool, by the way. Not that it matters. Anyways, now that Battle Ready has been nerfed, and instead of giving you a utility box and a UAV, it gives you a supply UAV. First of all, what that should have been changed to that would make it more attractive than it is now, but not overpowered, is a utility box and a gas mask. I think that would be a good use of that wild card. And I would still use it fairly often. Because like gas mask isn't insanely overpowered, but I mean, by the time you're hitting second loadout, if you haven't found one yet, especially because experimental gas is in the game, that would be really nice to have. And I would definitely use it sometimes and then like Bandolier other times if that were the case, depending on, you know, how late in the game it is and whether or not I have a gas mask. That would have been cool. And like I said, when we talked about the nerf initially, I was like, I don't really know what they should have done because they should have removed the UAV from it because it was overpowered. But a supply UAV is not the thing they should have given you. And if I could think about it for 5 minutes or so, I could think of a better idea. There you go. That would have been better, like period. So, but the devs fucking suck. So that's something to keep in mind. And don't you forget it. But anyways, yeah. So because you get a supply UAV, I almost never get Battle Ready. There are times where it's handy, like Lag got it for us today. When we were like out of plates or ammo, he'd be like, all right, I'll just get Battle Ready here and drop a util. It's cool. You should have it set up. But generally, I'm going to get Bandolier. Another pro tip, by the way, I think this is I don't know if this is like super confirmed as a bug, but I think it is. The reason, or maybe the reason people are not showing up on your UAV or portable radar, even right when the game starts, is because there is supposedly a bug where if you die with Ghost equipped in the pregame lobby, then you have now locked in Ghost forever for that match. So you'll just always have Ghost. Meaning, as soon as the match starts, you won't show up on a UAV or portable radar.
Yep. So
if you want to potentially use that, set up a class that has Ghost on it, pick it, and then just splat on the ground. And then congrats, you have perma-Ghost. I don't know if it works or not, but I do it anyway when I remember to. Because why not?
Real piece of shit. Dude on purpose, huh?
Meh.
Real piece of shit.
Meh. Is what I always say.
Classic COD player, man. Just so classic.
Yeah. Well,
fucking
hey.
Disgusting me.
Blame Activision. But
yeah, everyone should do it. Maybe they'll fix it faster. They won't.
They won't, yeah. Yeah. But anyways. So yeah, back to the second loading thing. Yeah, you should run Bandolier. Because then it gives you... So evidently what Bandolier, the wild card, does is gives you more ammo capacity and more tactical lethal capacity. Oh, another thing. I think it's called Equipment Satchel. This allows you to carry 2 field upgrades at the same time, but they have to be the same field upgrade. There is no indication anywhere on your screen that you have this. But I accidentally learned this because I had a balloon and an equipment satchel, and then I found another balloon, And then I picked it up, and as I was picking it up, I was like, oh, wait, I already have one. And then I was like, huh, it didn't like swap out the balloons. There's none on the ground. What's going on? So then I threw it, and then I still had a balloon. And I was like, oh, okay. I understand it now. So does this work consistently? Probably not. Will you know if you have an equipment satchel? Probably not the sequel. But keep that in mind. So anyway, Bandolier gives you whatever the other fucking satchel is called.
Where you get all the tacticals and lethals.
Tacticals, lethals are up to 4, and then extra reserve ammo for your guns as well.
Yeah.
When you get this, it's very important that you pick up whatever you dropped on the ground, because the game fucking sucks. So,
and it doesn't pick up when you run over it.
It certainly doesn't.
Manually pick them up.
And I understand why. I'm going to lie. I don't. I have no idea why it does this, but you have to manually pick them up. So if your first loadout, obviously you're going to be running the same tactical and lethal on like all your classes. So if I'm running stims and impact grenades I definitely recommend, by the way. And then I pick up my Bandolier class, which also has stims and impacts. I will drop the 2 stims and 2 impacts I'm holding on the ground, and then have 1 stim and 1 impact because I picked up Bandolier. Okay, so I will now have to manually pick up those stims and impacts. Don't forget to do this, because if you don't do that, kind of defeats the purpose of getting Bandolier. So keep that in mind, which is very annoying. But yeah, have a SMG as your primary on your Bandolier class, so then you can run Gunfighter and Bandolier and get a sub. Yeah. So cool. Okay, so in a similar vein, I don't know what blue perk to run anymore. That's the next struggle that I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. So the meta blue perk slot 1 is called Survivor, which your passive health regen starts much sooner. It's like 2 versus 7 seconds. And sorry about my dog. I can't kill him. I want to though. But it's not legal in my state. It's legal to get surgery to rip their vocal cords out though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That is legal to do.
I might work that. Kind of insane on a serious note to do that to your animal.
Yeah. Yep. I know some people who do that to their animals. Yeah, their dogs. That's
insane. Like that's so crazy. But anyways,
it's fucked up, man.
That's super fucked up. Yeah. So yeah, blue perk Survivor is the meta one to run. So it gives you your health regen starts. I
think it's 50% faster, right? Yeah, I think it's basically exactly 50% faster.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Pretty sure.
It's noticeably faster. Like very noticeably. Yeah. Very noticeably faster. And then also you get rezzed by teammates more quickly as well. Including, I'm pretty sure, you self more quickly as well. That's good. That's good stuff. And I want to run it. However, there's a problem. I can now throw down 3 spring mines or blast traps simultaneously as one human being in Warzone.
And you
guess
play
how
quads,
many
right?
it takes for me to die? Not that many.
A half of one.
I have teammates. So, who could also throw those things down. So I died so fucking often to spring mines and blast traps that I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm running reflexes, which is the new blue perk that is, it gives you an audio cue when there are nearby explosions. And also there's a delay if you sprint over, that's what the perk says, blast traps or spring mines in when they will explode. Now, pro tip, it does work and it will save your life. However, that delay is not nearly as long as it was with Flex. So with Flex, you could like hop, skip, and jump past a prox mine, and it's gonna be like 3 seconds, it feels like, till it blows up. With this, it feels like it's like 1 to maybe 2 seconds. So you really got to get past it. You'll be fine if you run through it, but don't like play a door with spring mines there for a while, because it will blow up in your face, literally. And I'll say, however, since I switched to that, I have not died to a single spring mine or blast trap. It does work. How badly do I miss Survivor? Well, not that badly, because I run stims. That's the big thing. So if you're running gas grenades, kill yourself. I'm not giving you tips. And if you run smoke grenades, this might be more punishing or difficult for you to do, because you have no way to start regenerating your health manually. But with stims, I barely notice not having Survivor unless I want to be rezzed. But like I talked about earlier, I don't usually have good teammates, so I never get rezzed anyway. I just get left to bleed. So doesn't really matter. On a serious note, you do also get markedly more quickly rezzed with Survivor. Like it's
huge difference.
It's a huge difference.
It's kind of busted OP too, because it's kind of frustrating that you can down somebody and they can get res so quickly.
Just pop right back up. Yeah. So a lot of times, like, you're either resable and your teammate will have all the time in the world to stick it, so Survivor doesn't matter, or you're not resable, and whether or not you rezzed quickly doesn't matter, because they can't do it whether or not you have Survivor. That's most of the time when you get downed. Like, you're getting thirsted right away, or you're on a rooftop and your teammate can spend as much time as they need and you don't need Survivor. So is it worth doing for publics? Yeah, for sure. It's so tilting dying to fucking prox mines and blast traps that you'll never know are there, that it is absolutely worth it, in my opinion, to not run Survivor for those. For ranked play, I think you're kind of throwing. I think you unfortunately just have to run Survivor. But also, who the fuck's playing ranked? Probably almost none of you. I know LAX hit Iridescent. Congratulations. You have more fucking moxie than I do, because that's insane playing with all the cheaters right now. And bugs, of course. And then I think Bay might still be playing ranked, but like other than that, basically no one is. But I don't know, maybe someone who isn't very active as far as like the Discord or whatever is playing ranked listening. You probably already know this, but yeah, don't run reflexes, run Survivor. Because also in ranked, I would imagine fewer people are running blast traps and spring mines anyway.
Another big thing too ranks with Survivor is if you get down and somebody starts calling a streak on you, PA or something like that, being able to be revived faster from your teammates is a huge help in those situations.
That is true. Yeah.
Because it generally always times out where like you get sniped, somebody aims the PA and they call it. And if your teammate gets that res off quickly, having Survivor could often be the difference between getting away from that or not.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's cute for little things like that too. Hopefully reflexes won't be necessary by season 2, because they'll gut the fuck out of all the explosives, but who knows?
It's just so crazy that they let you throw down fucking 3 at the same time.
They shouldn't let you throw 3. They should do far less damage than they do, and they should get rid of the satchel, allowing you to hold 4 of them.
Yeah.
So how many of those things will they do when the next big patch? Maybe one of those. They'll probably just nerf them. They'll keep the satchel in, because it's also tied to a wild card, and they're not going to get rid of that system because, hey, they have millions of other things to worry about now. The wild card system is staying. They have millions of things to fix before that. So they're probably just going to reduce the damage on them, essentially.
Yeah. So
and they'll still full kill you when there are 3 of them every time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
so
and I hate the devs. So that's another thing to consider.
But this was play tested for a long time, months, and they tested all these things and they thought it was a good idea, you know?
Gas grenades are the most tilting thing. I just can't believe they put in a piece of equipment that acts as a stun grenade, but way better and lasts for way longer. And it's way easier to use, by the way, because a stun I have to land on you. But a gas grenade, I can deny your push, or I can land it on you, or I can cut off your push, or your like exit. Like it's so much easier to use. It's so fucking disgusting. Yeah.
Instead of removing the reclaimer shotgun, they should have genuinely taken the gas grenades out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just been like, we're removing these until we rebalance them. Because how easy is that? They can take something out immediately if they want to, but they don't.
Well, yeah, a typical.
And people
game
were complaining about this.
Yeah,
people were complaining about this before they went on their holiday break too. So
yeah,
just horrible for the game. It just creates such a bad gameplay loop too. It's not fun. Nobody has fun in those type of fights. When we were just watching Moon's VOD of him and his little cheater friends, all their gunfights are just all throwing gas grenades back at each other. They're just sitting in a corner coughing, waiting to get out of the gas. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun to play. It's a horrible situation. They need to just not be in the game, period.
Yeah, 100%. A gas mask does work against gas grenades. That is why I think they're so powerful, is because the devs, and once again, Activision devs do not play their own game. Their thought process almost certainly was, yeah, these are really fucking strong, but if I have a gas grenade, they don't matter because my durability for the gas mask ticks down instead. So therefore they're balanced because they're counterable by gas masks, which is, if you've ever played the game before for like an hour, fucking obviously not true. It's fucking obviously not true. So, but the devs suck a lot. So yeah, on top of being, anyway, it's just like, I'm going to keep repeating myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so reflexes is cool for avoiding that fucking horseshit explosives. And I would urge you guys to consider running it.
It doesn't make the sound like flex, right?
It does.
Oh, it does still make that little sound. Mm-hmm. Is it exactly the same as the flex sound?
No.
Okay.
Seems like the radius is a lot shorter and the sound is a lot quieter. All of which I'm fine with, by the way. It's not like bad, but it's, yeah, like with flex before you could be like, I don't know, the radius seemed farther. Maybe it's not. I haven't played that much with reflexes yet, but yeah. And then also, I died to gas grenades fucking 1,000 times today. Just no skill dog shit players that win exclusively because they're using a cheesy dog shit item.
Yep.
So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'd rather die to spring mines than this bullshit. So I'm going to try the perk Veteran. And Veteran is, I think, another one of the new perks. It's also blue, where it reduces, it's like Tac Mask, basically, but ass. It reduces the impact of like shock charge, gas grenades, stuns, flashes, etc. And I took it for gas grenades. And I was like, all right, let's see if this is worth running. It's not.
Does it
I hope that helps. It appears to maybe do something, but I would have to do like a side-by-side comparison. You still are slowed down quite a bit.
Got it.
So it probably helps, but it's not worth sacking a blue slot for, basically. Unfortunately. Yeah. Whereas like reflexes like really effectively counters, blast traps and spring mines. Veteran doesn't really counter gas grenades. You're still probably fucking dead. Yeah. Yeah, Bunker Buster's complete ass as well, Ramin. Dog shit, awful fucking kill streak. That should have never been added to the game.
Ramin, are you a patron?
Keep it, but remove the gas. Remove the gas from the Bunker Buster and then it's balanced. That's my opinion. So. Or have the gas last like 3 seconds. But as it stands, they're just fucking way too good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but a trophy system can intercept it. Kill yourselves, devs. Please.
I wonder if
fuck, I hope their studio burns.
I wonder if they're ever gonna change how the gas hits you too.
What do you mean?
Like being in the gas, how they made the annoying change in this game. How you can't see anything and it's really bad. I wonder if they're gonna change any of that shit.
If it would be good to change it, no. If they would change it and make it even worse, likely. That's the track record we have this year. So if they're going to change it, they'll probably make it even worse. Yeah. So anyway.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah. Well, you want a real jump scare?
Something worse in this game? Holy shit!
Go queue for Warzone. But yeah.
Have you guys
anyway,
been getting that bug
reflexes.
still where somebody crashes upon loading?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I guess that's like really, really bad, like affecting a lot of people constantly. That's
so.
When did that start happening? After Christmas,
I don't
right?
fucking know, man. The game only gets worse; it doesn't get better. So I don't know how new of a bug this is, but it's another one. Supposedly, this may be tied to loading screens. So,
meh.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I had like randomized favorites as my loading screen selection. You go to barracks, customize loading screen. That's the menu. Super intuitive to find, by the way. It's not.
Randomizes the meta.
And then randomize is what I had. But evidently, if you select none, so it's just like the default loading screen, this is supposed to prevent this from happening to you. So after we all did that today, we didn't experience this issue since then. However, we played like 3 games after that.
Okay.
So
yeah,
could be a coincidence. I don't know. But if this is happening to you, or even if it's not, try it anyway. You don't lose out on anything. Can't be that attached to your fucking loading screens. So,
there are some good ones, buddy. People
there
pay
are some
for those
great
things.
ones. That's true. And some people did pay for them. Yeah. Insane people.
Gotta get
but yeah, that's another thing to try. So yes, we have been running into that bug. And then one other little tip. This is from quite a while ago. I had written down because we had. Anyway, this is a little different. So one problem I have often, and a lot of people have often, and you can capitalize on other people making this mistake on you, is if you get someone pretty weak, so you have like a massive health advantage, and then they run into a building or whatever, don't just fucking YOLO push that because you know you have health advantage, because you don't know what's going on in there. So he could have baited you into his 8 prox mines and then you're dead. He could just be like a good, smart player. So even though you have health advantage, he had time to get like 1 plate in, turn around and pre-aim the fuck out of you and then zap your shit because your dick's too hard. His teammates could be in there waiting and holding that door. There could be guys. Camping with BB. There could be guys fucking on a roof that you don't know are there. And then when you go to push into that door, you've exposed yourself and now you're one shot. So either you stay in the open and die to the guys on the roof you didn't know were there, or you run into the door chasing the guy you thought you had health advantage on, but now you don't. Actually, he does. And then you get fucking zapped. I die this way. And let me be clear, all the fucking time. All the time. And it's a bad habit. Just chill. The smart thing to do obviously depends on the circumstance and where you are. So if you have like an advanced UAV up and you see he's still running away, chase it. Yeah, that's fine. But like if you don't have perfect information like that, and in most cases you won't, the play is often not to just YOLO charge in there. It's to like try and get elevation and get above where the opposite door to where he ran away from is or something. So then it's like you might be giving him time to get full health again, but now you're standing above him. And as soon as he runs out, it doesn't matter that he's full health. He's fucking dead. That's like as an example. It's not, and again, very situational what the play is in like this hypothetical scenario, obviously. But the right play is often not just fucking charging right after him in a path directly behind the path he took. And you will die doing that a lot. I have and do and still will in the future.
Apparently the play is to throw a gas grenade. Yeah. Just do that.
Well,
man.
True.
Just open a
actually.
door. Just shoot the door open and start throwing gas grenades in.
Yeah, true.
Send your teammates. Where have you guys been landing for the most part? You guys been doing market?
So our landing spots now, and keep in mind, we don't play ranked right now because the game sucks. Ranked is even buggier than pubs, and cheaters everywhere all the time. In Publix, there are lots of cheaters, actually. We saw like 4 today. But they're especially dog shit, trash, bad, not good in ranked. So we don't play ranked right now. Keep that in mind. However, with that said, where we drop depends on the flight path, but it is virtually always one of 3 spots, and all 3 of these are high value loot zones, which is why we pick them. Number 1, Trump. So it's the tallest building in downtown, of course, on the roof. Number 2 is Market, which is an unmarked POI, but it's by like the farms. It's on like the southeast part of the map. That's another high value loot zone, and there's a buy there. Same with Trump. There isn't a buy there, but you're on the roof, so you can balloon wherever you want. Yeah. Or parachute. And then the 3rd spot we'll drop, which is fairly new, is the mosque, which is also a high value loot zone. And there are lots of cash registers around there, and a buy fairly close.
The mosque, huh?
The mosque. Yeah.
Oh yeah, never mind. I was thinking
bathhouse.
Bathhouse, yeah. Mosque is a newer one. That one is interesting. The thing with the mosque is it's kind of boring because it seems like many players don't go there. At least in ranked when we were doing it. Maybe it's different in pubs.
People land there. It's not as hot as Market or Trump for sure, but sometimes people will land there. It's hotter than like a totally random spot. But even if they don't, there's a balloon right there.
Yeah.
So the play is like, if there's a team there, we'll trample them and mog them and then buy our loadout. And then we'll just run up to the balloon. And if there's not a team there, we'll buy a loadout, run up to the balloon, and then go wherever we want. So that's like the thing with all of these, and with Market as well. They have 2 things in common. 1 is that they're high value loot zones. 3 things. 2 is that there's a buy station very close or on the POI. And 3 is that there's either a balloon very close, or you're on Trump and you can jump off and go wherever you want, which is effectively a balloon. So you get a quick loadout, you get boxes, you get really set up, and you get a lot of money, obviously. So a quick loadout, and then the buy station, and then you can just go wherever you want. Those are the spots for sure.
Yeah, Market's fun. I think the fights at Market are interesting because it's kind of
I love Market fights. They're my favorite.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like you're in your, like, there will be, say like you're in the east building. In the west building, there can be 2 other teams, 2 other quads, and they're all just fighting each other. And it's like you're in your own little fights, basically. It's kind of interesting. It's like you're in a building so close, but you guys aren't even paying attention to each other because you're also fighting a team in your own building. But it's a fun little area for sure.
That's another thing too, actually.
Tricky buy though, real tricky buy to hit. You get easily ripped.
You have to clear it first.
Rat around. Yeah.
You just have to clear it first, which is kind of fun though. So yeah, but anyway, that's another thing too, is that we talked about this on Patreon about Trump, why it's a good drop spot. And another one of the reasons is very hard to get third partied at Trump. You'll know they're coming like every time. That's also kind of true at Market, because like nothing else is around Market. It's a very isolated area, and you're also like in a building or on like a pretty concealed rooftop. So you very rarely get third partied at Market, like from an outside team coming in, you know what I mean? And if they are coming in from outside, you will almost always know, because that means they're either ballooning or driving a vehicle. Because if they try and just walk up, that can happen. But people usually aren't walking to Market because it's so out of the way.
No.
You know?
Yeah, not at all.
And then same with Mosque. It's pretty hard to get third partied there. Well, I mean, you can get ballooned on at Mosque and at Market, but you'll at least know they're coming that way. And Mosque just has so much cover and so many little dark fucking rooms you can run away in that it's also hard to get third partied there. So these are good drop spots for like all of those reasons. Where if you drop like, I don't know, where do people drop? I don't know.
Kind of everywhere. It's not like Verdansk or something where there were like
There's
a
no
few
peak.
places that a lot of people drop, or peak on Caldera where 35 people would land there.
Yeah. But
Moscow's cool too, because just the whole Old Town area is a fun place to fight. That's an interesting drop spot.
I like Old Town fights a lot. Low Town, less so, a lot less so.
Mm-hmm.
But Low Town, yeah. Or Old Town, yeah. So yeah, that's where we've been dropping. And then as far as perks go, I will mention this, by the way, as a thought I had. Again, we're not going to do a ranked episode anytime soon because it's unplayable. But if you are playing ranked Warzone still, and you would listen to our episode where we were like, or where I had said, I don't see a reason to run Ghost because they're either popping an advanced UAV or no UAV at all. Now that Battle Ready's been nerfed, I absolutely think you should be running Ghost in ranked. Because now there will be way fewer advanced UAVs since not every team is getting a free one every time they hit a loadout.
Yeah, good point.
So that means Ghost actually will be doing something for you way more often. I would definitely run Ghost now if you weren't before. But as far as perks go for us, I talked about my blue perks, but I am running Quick Fix. Quick Fix does work, I think, when you get a down or full, by the way. Sometimes. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it seems like it works most of the time. It's just sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it never works when you're plating. It never works after inserting plates. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. But it seems to work when you get a down and or thirst, which is helpful. But the main thing with Quick Fix is, being able to shoot while plating is fucking nice. It's good. Yeah. Especially if you're on controller because you get God hip fire. So if someone pushes you, it's like you're ADS'd on their chest. Yeah. Which most of you should be, like I am. Having Quick Fix and just like zap some guy, mog some guy, and then his teammate comes around. You can be inserting a plate, and if you have like an 85 round PP 919 like I do, you can just pre-fire the fuck out of it while plating. Slide me, bitch. I have aim assist. Slammed with ease. Because I have Quick Fix, you can keep shooting. Very, very nice. When Quick Fix, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say when. I meant to say if Quick Fix ever actually works as intended.
Idiot.
It would be even, I am an idiot. Yeah, even better of a choice for that slot. I really enjoy it. This is slot 2, by the way, which is red. And there are some other good things you could run. Like what I was trying before, and I think we also talked about this on Patreon, was running Bomb Squad. So when you get super giga tilted by blast traps and prox mines, instead of running reflexes, run Bomb Squad. That was my first thought, run Bomb Squad. So I didn't want to give up Survivor. However, I'd much rather give up Survivor for reflexes than give up Quick Fix for Bomb Squad. Because Bomb Squad slows you down. So like you won't die to prox mines or blast traps because you'll see them through walls. But then you're going to have to either shoot them out and then they're going to know you're there, or hack them and they won't know you're there if you hack them unless they're really paying attention. But that takes a while and you usually can't do that. Whereas the reflexes, I don't need to know they're there. I could just fucking sprint through the building. It won't go off. They won't know well, they'll probably hear me, but whatever. I won't take damage and I won't have to wait for any reason. So I think that makes reflexes better for like anti-tilt against prox mines than Bomb Squad does. Because then you might also say like, oh, but Bomb Squad, you take less explosive damage. Doesn't matter. If you hit 3 blast traps or prox mines, you'll die anyway.
Yep.
And if you get naded once, you're usually getting naded 4 times. In which case Bomb Squad isn't helping you anyway. Like it's very rare the case where one nade does me in. And if I had Bomb Squad, it would have saved me. Because usually if one nade does me in, I'm so low HP that having Bomb Squad wouldn't have saved me in that case regardless. So it's like, I just don't think explosives are like, I don't know. I'm not going to hit with them that commonly. And then yellow perks, I just run tempered. Save on plates, plate faster. It's fun. I'm also playing like an ape in Publix, so I'll push like multiple people. And like I've said so many times today, I don't have good teammates, so even if I need help, I'm not getting it. So I have to fend for myself all the time.
You have really bad teammates, that's the thing.
Correct. So I need all the uptime I can possibly get, which makes Tempered really nice. If I was going to be a super nerd, Sweat, Ghost is probably the best in Publix, but shit's boring and ass. So for the same reason, I don't run Ghost. I don't run gas grenades either, because stims are more fun, and Tempered is also more fun, more aggro. So, yeah. But anyway.
How often do you hit fire a guy while playing in a BR match? I mean, you think about it, Ramin, like in close range gunfights, when you're actually plating up essentially mid gunfight, often. I mean, it's got to be pretty much every match you're doing that.
Sprinter also pisses me off. Ramin with the fucking red hot takes. You and Lou piss me off for running Sprinter. Oh, I can unlimitedly tack sprint. Hey, you already can without a perk. Take your knife out. That's why I was talking about having that paddle to instantly switch to your melee weapon. If you do that, I mean, you have Sprinter and you move faster. By the way, me without Sprinter with my knife out runs faster than you with Sprinter with literally any gun out. So you should be using your knife anyway.
Exactly.
Whether or not you have Sprinter. Yeah.
That's what I think a lot of people don't think about is they'll just sprint through the open with their gun then because they're running Sprinter. And it's like, okay, well, I'm running way faster than you because I'm pulling my knife out. And if we start getting shot at, I can swap my gun quick enough and we're probably on target in basically the same amount of time. Because once you figure out where the guy's at, taking out the gun doesn't take long at all.
Yeah, it's finding the guy.
It's actually, honestly,
him.
I think it's annoying running Sprinter because the sprint animation, if you leave your gun out, blocks too much of your screen and it never goes away because your gun's always up since you're always tactically sprinting. So then your view is always blocked on one side of your monitor, basically, which is very annoying. So it's also better just to have the knife out for that reason. And
you're always incurring attack sprint to fire delay rather than just a sprint to fire delay.
Don't you play Rebirth? What do you even
that bothers me the most. If you,
I don't think he plays Urzikstan.
You're catching a 10 if you play Rebirth and run Sprinter. You're catching a 10. And by the way, you can pull a knife out mid-fight, like we talked about. Neo does if you have set up a button to where you insta swap to it. I've done it. I did it today. So, and if you're mid-fight, why do you want attack sprint?
Exactly.
What am I not understanding?
Do that. Yeah,
he said tilted, you can't. Sure.
He said you can't do that mid-fights, as in you can't pull out your gun. But why do you want to be tactically sprinting? I don't understand what. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm bugged. Do not run Sprinter in any circumstance for any reason. Unless you get a daily that says tack sprint with a C9 out for a kilometer. Okay, sure. That switch to Sprinter.
That'd be a nice daily.
Well, yeah. It'd be better than fucking stun 100 people and kill them in one mag. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, let's change those perks up, Ramin.
Fuck, we need to change those perks up a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm bothered. So, anyway. Yeah, Sully, that you swing before you pull out your knife. That's why you got to set that dedicated button, man. Because that'll really slow you down. When you try to switch to your knife, but you don't hold it quite long enough, or you like whatever, fuck it up, so then you just melee. Now, instead of moving faster, which is what you want to do, maybe desperately, you're moving way fucking slower. And then it's just a disaster. Yeah. It's a disaster. So, anyway. Yeah, just a couple thoughts I had on Warzone.
Some good thoughts.
Yeah, like I said in our latest behind the scenes episode, which is now live on Patreon for all of our Damascus patrons. I am having a lot of fun playing the game most of the time, which is why I've been playing it pretty much every day for weeks now. Which is cool. And if they ever fix anything, I'm gonna be tickled pink, as they say. But unfortunately, I just tilt all the time because cheaters all the time, nothing works, etc. And I really encourage you guys again to join the Discord if you haven't. and look at the Cat Piss Deaths channel, and you can spend an afternoon scrolling through those, watching them, and laughing a lot. Because there are so many Cat Piss Deaths in there, man. Fuck, there are so many Cat Piss Deaths.
It's the hottest channel in the core now because there are so many Cat Piss deaths in the game. Yeah.
It is the Rising Star. Yeah, if there's a Rising Star award for Discord channels, Cat Piss Deaths might get it 3 years in a row, like Frogan did, which doesn't make sense, of course. But anyways, not to get political. I don't care. Yeah, one of my recent Cat Piss Deaths was really funny. Cope and I were playing Publix duos. Cope downs a guy in a room, and I start pushing it, and the guy's proc chatting, and he says, "Don't worry, I'm good. I'm good." And right when I get to the room, he adds, "I got mines everywhere."
Oh no.
Cool. I crossed the threshold. It's too late. I'm right at the point of no return. He should have just said that to his teammates sooner, because then I wouldn't have done this. It bugged me. And fucking 2 prox mines go off and a neurogas mine, and we just get fucking rolled up. Yeah. Very Cat Piss. One of the reasons I switched to reflexes. Yeah.
Was that
fucking bugged me. Terrible dog shit players too.
It's
by
like,
the way. You go watch
how
the
long
kill
were they
cam
in that
clips.
building for to just have all those mines set up? That's what I always wonder too. It's like how long was this guy sitting in there?
It was not a good building either. It was a 1-story fucking ice cream cone shack. It was
classic.
And I can't tell you where it was because it wasn't by anything relevant. That's where it was. It was a random fucking shack, and they're just sitting in it. It's just typical Proxmine fucking players. Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyway. All right, so that other than that, we do have a lot of questions. We'll answer some of them for as long as we feel like, I guess. And that's a great question. What are we at? Where are we at now? So that's 9, that's 10. So we're going to remove that one, blap, and then go here.
Wait, what?
No,
I'm talking about
this is a good question, actually, from Mick Bango, aka Reigns in Fire. Long time listener, by the way. Shout out to Bango. What redeemable qualities did the various eras of Warzone 1 have? So we'll start with that one. This is a 2-parter, but I like this question. So OG Verdansk 84 with Cold War, Vanguard Royale on Caldera. I'm bugged you included that. And BR on Caldera. Okay.
OG Verdansk. I mean, that's the memories. That's mostly what it comes down to. That's when you think of Warzone, that's basically what you think of. The redeeming quality for that, everyone was really bad.
Yeah.
It was very balanced because everyone was the same skill level.
Yeah.
That looking back, that was one of the best things about it for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely in the mix. Yeah. I mean,
Verdant 84. You ever played Verdant 84?
No, I don't know.
Verdant 84.
Oh yeah, I used to. That came out right before Urzikstan did, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Cold War era Verdansk had some fun weapon balance for a while that I really liked.
Some fun SMGs specifically.
Like how you could build an Extreme M4 a million different ways. You could run an SMG Extreme M4.
Oh,
you
true.
could run a mid-range sniper support Extreme M4, and you can run a long range. That doesn't exist anymore. But that was cool. We had, and you could run irons with that thing. There was a crazy, the SMG build had really good strafe speed. Another thing that feels off with this game now, things like strafe speed, way too slow, even compared to what we had back then for a lot of those guns. Watch Cold War gunplay, even last year, those speeds were just a lot better than what we have right now. So I like that. A lot of interesting weapon builds. Same with the AK, the Cold War AK.
Yeah.
Build that thing a bunch of different ways.
Yep.
So that was fun having like numerous different AKs that you could run for all your different builds. When you're sniping, when you're running a long range build, Really, really fun. I like that. Vanguard Royale didn't really play at all because it was fucking terrible.
Really bad.
So,
yeah.
I don't think that had anything. And then Caldera, I mean, the Caldera meta was fun and interesting for a while. It just got old quickly to me, having like the sniper scopes with no recoil. Very fun at first. It was a lot different than what we had been used to. We'd been used to running, 3 times with more recoil, and then we go to a higher zoom scope with less recoil, but it got old very quickly when all the guns ended up feeling the same. They're all just low recoil guns that didn't do a lot of damage, didn't kill super fast, and you had a sniper scope on them. Just got boring. But when that game was new, that meta was very, very fun. And the map was vibrant too. I did like that.
That was a pretty map.
That was my favorite part of that era, honestly. The colors.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give some OG Verdansk redeemable qualities. Great vehicles. That would be one of the
fantastic vehicles. Yep.
Redeemable qualities of OG Verdansk.
Yeah, there are a lot of answers you can give for these.
There are a lot of answers, yeah, but that's
great vehicles.
That's one, yeah. Verdansk 84 with Cold War was really just the Cold War weapons, yeah. I liked the SMG meta. Probably the best I've ever liked it was this era.
Yeah.
Because people would be running one of like 5 subs. People were running like a 3X Milano.
MP5.
People were running the Cold War MP5. People were running the fucking OTS 9. The
gun.
Yeah. All kinds of shit. I forget more of them, but there were more.
LC-10 was that Cold War?
The what?
That little stupid SMG. LC-10, is that what it was called? It
was terrible, and it was Cold War, yeah.
Yeah. People like that gun for some reason.
People did like it, but it was not very good. Yeah. Vanguard Royale had virtually no redeemable qualities. It had one, however, which was that when the integration first happened, all the Vanguard guns were fucking dog shit in Warzone. So if you played regular BR, no one used them. So if you wanted to like use the new stuff, the new guns, you would play Vanguard Royale because everyone was forced to use Vanguard only weapons. So that was kind of cool because at that time, whatever the meta setup was, it had been for fucking months. And I was very sick and tired of whatever those guns were. So I don't remember if it was worth it ultimately to go get bomber planed in Vanguard Royale, to be clear, but it might have been sometimes when I wanted to like use the new guns without getting fucking trampled. That was the one and only redeemable quality of this dog shit trash game mode.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then BR on Caldera. I want to say honestly, just some of the POIs were quite good. The map itself was not, obviously. It was way too mountainous. And the vehicles were terrible. So that like as a map, it was pretty fucking bad. But some of the POIs were awfully fun to fight at. Peak was fun. And it was cool that that map had a hot drop spot, which we just don't have anymore. We didn't have one really in Al Mazrah. Certainly not like Peak or Superstore. And we definitely don't have one on Urzikstan. There's no hot drop spot. But Caldera had Peak, which was cool. And then there were other great POIs. Like, I actually really liked Capital. Might be a hot take, but that watchtower building, pretty fun to fight there. Even Resort I kind of liked as well, sort of sometimes. Maybe not, but Capital I liked. That building was too strong at Resort. Oh man, what other? The fucking neighborhood. I don't know if this was a named POI.
The drop spot.
But we called it the drop spot. Yeah. Very fun fights there because it was like a little cul-de-sac and like just a bunch of like little 2-story houses. Those were really fun gunfights too. And Factory. Yeah. When they added Factory, that was a bonkers POI when they added that to Caldera.
Yep.
So I think that's what I would say. And even, by the way, parts of Airport were cool. I know in my mind which parts. I can't describe them though. Actually, yes, I can. The hangars at Airport, fucking awful, obviously. Go across the strip, the runway, those buildings, whatever those were. I don't remember what they were.
On the west side.
Okay. Those were fun to find out.
Like the tents and stuff, kind of?
The ones under the big fucking tower.
Oh, okay. Then
Yes.
you're talking about the east side.
By the tents. Oh, no, there were tents on both sides.
There were. Yeah, I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
ones on the west side and then like the smaller barracks.
Okay.
That's the west side. So you like the other side, where the giant tower is.
Yes.
Okay, that's the east side.
The buildings under
I don't remember
that,
those
yeah.
buildings that much, honestly. They were bigger.
They were big, yeah.
It was almost like office type buildings or something, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Like that
I think it was
type
kind of like the building at Cargo right now, sort of, but bigger and more open. So not anything like it,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
But but
Bigger.
yeah.
Or open.
But anyway,
4
yeah,
stories. Different.
that's what I would say about Caldera BR is yeah. And then part 2, what about weapons from the various games? Are there things you really liked about, for example, Vanguard weapons in BR as opposed to Cold War? Okay, so redeemable qualities of MW19 weapons. I mean, it had some nostalgic classics, but ultimately no, actually.
The insane Car 98.
Yeah,
that's,
sure.
That's number 1 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
We liked that at the time for a very long time. You can say whatever you want about it now, but we liked it for, a long ass time back then.
True. Yeah. But not many redeemable qualities. I mean, the weapon balance on Verdansk, in OG Verdansk, was never very good, honestly. It was like, you run the Kilo, or the AMAX, and then the Grau came out, so then you only run the Grau. And all of this is like, or you run the car for the entire fucking year. And then after that, like the Bruin came out. I think that was the order. And then just everyone runs that now. And then whatever else it was until the game fucking ended. Terrible weapon balance. Oh, but what about SMGs? There was only one. It was called the MP5. That's it. The entire year, that was the only SMG. So, what was cool actually though, because sniping was relevant, there was variation in sniper support weapons. And I liked that. Some people would run like just a bog standard sub. Some people would run an MP7. Some people would run like a sniper support setup AR.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. And that's just gone now. Like, no one does that anymore. Even if they are sniping, you just run an SMG. So a Jackal. So it's like, that's something. Redeemable qualities. What was the next game? Cold War, right?
Yeah.
I already talked about that. The Cold War SMGs were just awesome. Perfectly
fantastic era of
balanced.
SMGs, yeah.
So good. So balanced, and you could pick what you wanted depending on your play style and what you were looking for. What was the game after that? Vanguard. Nothing. There were no redeemable qualities about Vanguard weapons. Except for
Yeah, they got old.
my favorite SMG ever. What was it called? Blixen. The Blixen. That's the redeemable quality of every Vanguard weapon. Yeah.
The Blixen's fantastic.
Fuck, that gun was fun to use. But
Yeah,
nothing
the
else
SMGs
about
were
that was
fairly
interesting.
fun on the Vanguard SMGs were pretty fun, but it's just the long range meta was snooze fest. Fuck, I got old so quick.
Yeah, really bad and not good. Yeah. So then after that was, what was the next game? MW2, wasn't it? Oh, God. Thank you for skipping MW2 era on the maps, by the way, because it had no redeemable qualities also. And I'm dead serious. There was nothing good about MW2. The map, the gun meta, nothing. It's gone. That's the best part. And with weapons also, MW2 had no redeemable qualities.
Yeah, there really is.
We had the RPK was meta for fucking 10 months, and it wasn't fun to use also. And I don't
Cronin
remember
Scroll
anything
was
else.
fun, but it was fun for that game. Comparing it to all the other versions of Warzone, it's not a Top Gun at all.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that was MW 3. I mean, the guns were very easy to use in MW 3. But honestly, I didn't find the weapons or weapon balance or weapon metas to be very interesting or good, particularly at all in MW 3. I mean, it was a marked step up from MW 2. Okay, that's kind of it. Not really anything to write home about, honestly. You know?
Yeah.
And then now, the weapons, less than nothing. I mean, the M4 is entirely too overpowered, and it penetrates everything, and it's not fun at all. And I'm so sick and tired of it. And the movement is dog shit. The strafe speed's dog shit. Standard reload speed's way too slow, and you can't speed it up with sleight of hand. SMG meta, I mean, okay, there are 2 guns you can use. That's something, I guess, but shit's buns and ass so far. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But there,
really
yeah, I
bad.
mean,
Terrible
yeah,
start.
Really fucking terrible start. Really fucking terrible. Really terrible start. Yeah. That's only gotten worse since the start too, which is insane, but true. So anyway. We've answered that question a million times. We could answer it again from process.
Too many times.
Okay. This is a good one from Ashton. After listening to MW3 year in review and hearing your thoughts on kill streaks, do you think the devs... He said, do you think we, the devs, should remove most of them? Do we have a sleeper agent in here? Ashton Rain, are you a dev? It's possible.
Got a secret dev, huh?
Also, should they only be buyable? And if you could make a streak and add it to Warzone, what would it do? I like that part of that. I don't think they should remove most of the... Well, hold on. What kill streak should they remove? Bunker Buster, 1,000%. Counter UAV, I would be happy with it if they removed. SAM turret doesn't do anything. I'm happy they removed that. Honestly, also Sentry turret, very low skill and bad unless it's good, in which case it's just fucking insane. Mainly in end game, Sentry turrets are really nasty if you can get them down. I've lost to them multiple times. But like unfun, no counterplay.
We should just have UAV, mortar, and PA. That's all there should be.
That's what it's looking like, isn't it? Honestly. Yep. Yeah. And should they be only buyable? I think yes. If anything, the only thing you can maybe find is a UAV. But like PAs and clusters should be, yeah, purchase only. Honestly, all of them I think should be purchase only. I don't like having just random, like, oh, I found a PA, so I win. Like Jake and I just demolished like 8 players today because we landed on a building and we just mogged the team in there. But there were like 2 other teams around us. I happened to just find a PA on the ground and I just YOLO'd it onto a radio tower where a team was. I got 2 downs and we got those finishes. I didn't earn those at all. Now, we would have fucking trampled them anyways because we're built differently. But if we were just bog standard players, those would have been 2 kills we otherwise would not have gotten and did not earn. Because it was just a PA on the ground. Okay, dumb, stupid. And if I die to that, which I have many times, and I see in the kill cam, he's just like, oh, what's this? Let me put this here. I'm dead because I can't rotate anywhere because there's a team holding me here and there's gas here. That's what happened to these guys. Shit on, I guess. It's dumb, stupid. Yeah. So I think they should be purchase only. Yeah. And if we could add a streak to Warzone, what would it do? Oh boy. Covert exfil. I'm kidding. That's a good question. I don't know if Warzone needs more kill streaks. Is my
think we do.
Gut instinct is telling me I don't want any added, honestly. However, Let me try and think of a streak that would be good. You'd have to use your brain a little bit to use it, but it would also be counterable.
Okay, I don't want it, but imagine how fun it would be to use a chopper gunner in Warzone.
Okay.
Dude,
well,
that would go crazy.
You're...
Ooh, that would go bonkers. Yeah, let's
that
have
was
chopper
the most
gunners.
dude imagine I've ever heard.
Gunship?
Yeah. Bro, imagine.
Fuck, that'd be fun.
Imagine if I had a gunship in Warzone. Okay.
Oh, man, that'd be dope. The game might actually be fun then. Yeah, I can't think of any streaks because I don't want any more.
Trying to think of multiplayer. What like what about like the Wilson?
No,
that'd be way too good, right? Yeah,
it's
that'd
just
be way
more,
too good.
Too many dumb,
and there's
small
just no
little
reason to add
streaks
it.
that just pollute the loot.
Oh, care package I like, actually. I like care package.
Is a great perk. Yeah.
That's a good little
kill streak.
Kill streak, yeah.
Yeah.
RCXD would be way too good. Fuck that. Super don't want that. It is like a worse bomb drone, that's true. But I can imagine
what streaks are in multiplayer? I don't know.
We chase it, we run a team down, force them into a room, and then it's like, all right, cover me for 10 milliseconds while I pull this out, drive it in there and just kill them all. Well, is that too overpowered? That could be so here's the thing. RCXD could be okay. I can actually see it being fine. But does it add anything to the game if it's in? Fuck no, it doesn't. I don't think so. Put a nade in there and shut up. Like, we don't need more bullshit. So, yeah, my intuition is now strongly telling me we don't want or need any more streaks, actually.
Yeah.
You know what one I would pick, though, is make a new line in the buy station called Advanced UAV, and it costs 18 grand. Don't make me buy 3 and then fucking call it and then do the dumb animation and then pick up the other one and then call it. And then the third one has fallen through the map. Cool. And I need to buy a 4th one now and then call that for my Advanced UAV. Let me just spend 18,000 on something called Advanced UAV. It really pisses me off that that's not in the game. That's my answer. Or, how about this? I don't know exactly how you would design it. Like, how you would explain how it works or animate this. But a kill streak that gives you like a mobile PDS. So like you call it in and like a little bubble follows you around where you don't get affected by gas for as long as a PDS lasts. So it's like a PDS that follows you around, basically. What does that look like? I don't know.
A suit.
What is it called?
Putting on some sort of hazmat suit.
Or it could even just be like an N95 mask, actually. So you press the button and then your character puts on like a super gas mask and it preserves your regular gas mask durability. But then it would have to go away even if you're not in gas, because then it would be too strong.
Yeah.
I think that could be interesting. No.
You were just complaining in Discord how you don't like gas plays, and now you're wanting to add a super gas mask in. Shut up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think of something.
Yeah.
My thought is it would be visible on the map too, though, like a PDS is.
Yeah.
Which would make it more balanced. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Idea.
Do we need that? No. I mean,
fuck no.
Yeah, fuck no is the answer.
We need less in Warzone than we do more.
That's the thing.
We need less of just about everything.
Yeah. Less buggy, fewer cheaters, fewer crashing, fewer server crashes, fewer deaths behind walls. You know what a kill streak I would want actually is a hit reg fix. So I press the button and I don't die behind fucking walls anymore. That would be cool. Yeah. That I would want added to the game. So anyway. Anyways. Let's see here. What's next?
How many do you want to do? What are we at?
We're at 125. Let's do like 1 or 2 more. Because I gotta get the papa some dinner.
Yeah.
So
that sounds good.
Yeah.
We've answered Biggie's question. I feel like he also asked it in Patreon or something about snipers.
Okay.
Or we just answered it a million times.
I haven't read it yet, but yeah. Okay, let's see. I'll scroll a lot.
We might have answered our final question, man.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dismal here.
Yeah.
Biggie asked, do you guys believe the only reason the Pick 10 system has not come back is to cater to the casuals? I constantly hear how the Pick 10 was the best loadout system, yet it hasn't returned in so long. Also, do you think it's better than the one we got in MW3 multiplayer? Honestly, I think the reason it hasn't come back is because it's pretty difficult to balance. If you can just pick 10 of whatever you want, it is hard to balance that, kind of. I think they did a pretty good job in BO4, though. Like, that seems pretty balanced, you know? But I don't think there's some big... I think they've done a lot of things to cater to casuals. I don't necessarily think getting away from Pick 10 is one of them, though. It could
to be honest, I kind of think they got rid of it because people in modern games now, they're so big on customization that limiting something between like tacticals, lethals, your weapon build, limiting that to 10 items is just not enough for modern games, I think. Like everyone wants the highest level of customization, and you can't really do that Pick 10 system.
Yeah. Yeah. That's possible. Especially now with the gunsmith too.
Yeah.
Like the gunsmith used to not be as like insane as it once was, you know? So now that it is, maybe they're like, this is just too crazy, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of my thought. But anyway. Let's see here. Okay. So, yeah. Let's do second part of this. Sorry. No, never mind. Oh, we'll end on this one. It's not super... Normally I wouldn't answer this, but we'll just end here. Steel Switch. This is like a patron Q&A question, but I'll answer it here anyway. With the plethora of simulation games, or games with simulation in the title, can you think of an activity that you'd be interested in to become a simulation game? For those of you who don't know, by the way, there are games that are like laundromat owner simulator, like the most mundane random shit there is a simulator for. There are cool ones that make sense to me, like flight simulator. Most people don't fly fucking planes. That's a cool idea for a video game. But, you know, burger stand cashier simulator, that probably exists. That just not
those
make
burger
sense to
games
me
are fun.
as a video game.
Building burger games. Those
Yeah,
are dope.
I forget what it's called, but
I forget too.
line cook simulator. You have to take a smoke break every 5 minutes or you'll suffer withdrawals and spit in the customer's food. Yeah.
TCG card shop simulator. What it? You sim running a card shop like Pokemon
Classic.
cards.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Dude, that one's crazy. Wow.
What would be a good one?
Did you ever play
man?
I don't. Yeah, they kind of make all of them. Gas station simulator.
That's the thing. They do make all of them.
Honestly, the best game that's considered a sim game is The Sims.
Well, I don't know that.
It's a sim game, man. Name a better one.
I guess technically it is.
There's not. I'm looking through a list. Believe me, they ain't very good. House Flipper.
Oh, wow.
Supermarket simulator. That's exactly what you're just talking about. You're like a cashier at a supermarket.
That's so insane. Yeah.
Thief Simulator, an open world stealth video game.
That's pretty cool.
That's funny. Police Simulator, my God.
Yeah, and then a lot of them too were like I had a thought that was like Assassin, but they're like Hitman is kind of that, you know. So it's like
been done, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't know. I think it's already all been done. Yeah.
It feels like it's all been done.
Yeah. Is there anything really cool? Yeah, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is like skateboard simulator kind of, right?
Maybe some sort of like car one would be cool. I'm sure something like that exists, but some sort of like mechanic simulator. That sounds kind of fun. People bring in cars and you got to troubleshoot them or something, you know?
Yeah, that probably exists, I feel like. But yeah.
It must exist, yeah. I wasn't on that list I was looking at, but that's got to exist.
Yeah. So, anyway. All right, that's absolutely it. Riker's Dungeon with the 5 USD asks, what is going down for episode 500? Tanner was telling me about that. Yeah, we're going to do something. We don't know yet, but I think...
What are we on? 488?
Right now?
488?
488, yes. So it will be a Saturday if we continue this trend, which would be good.
February 22nd. Oh shit, that's when we're taking the boys trip to Vegas, man. I guess it's canceled.
Oh yeah, surely.
Dude, Vegas for episode 500, an IRL stream. Ooh.
Dude, that would go bonkers.
That would go bonkers.
Crazy. I think what we'll do almost certainly, even if we have to reschedule to do it, is we'll do evening drinking stream.
I think we just hang out, yeah.
And just turn it on and yap. Yeah.
Try to get people in the chat, hang out with us, have some fun,
we'll make it
drinks.
like a little community event. Yeah, so we'll talk to chat a lot more. We'll record it and put it on apps, basically. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, just like old times, because that is a milestone. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. We will be back next week, ostensibly for 2 episodes. We'll see. That is the plan, though. So keep your eyes on our Twitter or on YouTube or on Discord, where we will post the schedule as we do every week on Tuesday. Hangout will likely be next week, but not 100% sure.
Oh,
we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
And yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Riker, thank you again, dude, for the $5. Really appreciate that. Activision devs, do not.
Did you get scary? Did you get Scary Harry's?
No.
Prime sub. Scary Harry.
Oh.
Thanks for the Prime sub. 9 months. Appreciate it, buddy.
Woo! And an emote that I recognize. Oh yeah, it's our Clink emote. Yeah, I understand it now. Scary Harry. Thank you very much, dude, for that Prime as well. Activision devs do not play their own game.
There's it.